Hi guys, long time no see. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my wedding centerpieces, and it can get very expensive if you're not careful, and I learned that pretty darn quickly. The main issue that I had with the centerpieces that were on YouTube, they were either way too tall for what I wanted or they were way too short for what I wanted. I felt like I could still get an elegant feel, but with less pizzazz. You know what I mean? The full design looks like this. Well, I'm missing a flower here, but that's okay, guys. We are working on it. I had to buy more flowers. Anyways, so this is pretty much what my full thing looks like. What my flowers look like. As you can tell, I have a mixture of foam roses and realistic fake flowers in there. I also have like fillers in there, like these leaves, which I'll show you how I made these. And then I also have like these little pebble looking things. And then I also have these twig pieces that are foam. And then I have hydrangeas coming down the side. Of course, the vase. I have pebbles inside and then like clear pebbles. And then I also have the bottom of my centerpiece wrapped with a ribbon. And then I have my candle piece holder. So, but underneath here, I'm gonna have an LED light, and it's gonna light up the table a little bit because I don't think the table should be dark. I think centerpieces with lights are very pretty. Only problem is I've already done all of my vases, so I'm going to have to talk you guys through my vases and how I did my vases, how long it took, stuff like that. The bottom of this vase is a candle holder from Dollar Tree, and this vase is actually a vase from Dollar Tree too. I have 12 tables, so I needed 12 of each, so I bought 12 of each. The bottom, I actually E6000'd it together because I do not need it to move from wherever I glue it down. So I E6000'd it, and I left a book on it overnight. And actually, I have a really long book, so I did like 3 to 4 at a time. This ribbon was tricky to lay down because, let me show you the ribbon. Hold on, you'll understand. Can you guys tell just by this portion? This is literally like, not only is it see-through, but you can literally like grab through it. So the problem I had was trying to get it all to lay down even, which not all of it did lay down even, but as long as it laid down even enough to where it would stick, I was fine with that, because you know, you can only do so much with what you're given. I ended up going about this much all over the bottom with Mod Podge, just regular gloss Mod Podge on the bottom. Oh, when I put my first layer, I went ahead and put my second layer, and as I put my second layer, I kind of followed it to press it down, and that is what gave me the best result for this part. But I also noticed too, when I finished, it still looked really weird. Like all of this was super foggy. It wasn't as like, I'm sure you can tell it's kind of like shiny through here now, but it was like super clouded, super foggy. It was not cute. I wasn't loving it. I have Mod Podge sealer. And it was gloss spray aerosol sealer. So I grabbed my aerosol Mod Podge sealer and I sprayed it over this part of where I put the Mod Podge at, and it turned clear. So if you have a Mod Podge sealer, that is going to save you a lot of time. I know that's a lot of explanation, but, and I know you guys would probably rather see me do this, but I did this before I even thought to do the video. After that, it looked really kind of raggedy, and like you could tell like there was still a lot on it, like of unwanted Mod Podge. So I took a scrubber, like a dish scrubber, like a sponge, a dish sponge, and then I also took alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and I went all the way around this rim just to clean it up, which if I push it into completely get, like there's one, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It kind of was like super foggy like that. But I took that dish sponge and I pretty much scraped it off with rubbing alcohol, all the sticky residue, because the sticky residue is what was leaving it very foggy looking. And then I took Windex and I wiped down the whole vase. That way the vase wasn't foggy from the rubbing alcohol, if that makes sense. I guess let's call this part 4. Yeah, we'll call this part 4. You want your pebbles in here first. Once you have them in there, I used foam glue and floral foam rounds, which look like these. And first I put it on top of the vase and I pressed it into the vase so that way I could know about how round it needed to be, how much I needed to cut down, etc. And that way I wasn't making the flower ball too big. I pressed it in hard enough, it kind of left like a rim around the foam. Basically, I glued the foam along the rim part, and then the last part is to put your flowers in. So I always like to start mine with a big red one of these. I don't remember what they're called, but it's okay. So once I get it there, I'll just pop it in place. So these are the 3 that I bought from Hobby Lobby. These are the burgundy ones because our colors are burgundy, blush, white, and hints of gold. And then here are the white roses that I chose, and the blush roses, blush. Also, whenever I do my flowers, most of the time I'll take like the whole bouquet that you get, and I will completely cut off all the flowers first, and then I will go back and trim them some when they're too long. So also, if you need wire cutters, these pink backed ones that I found at Hobby Lobby are like the best. I think they were like $3.99. Anyways, that's a good one right there. I promise that like you won't regret that. Foam flowers, Amazon will save you. I got some of mine from Ling's Moment on Amazon, which I'll link that down below. And I also got them from Breeze Talk, but these are what they look like from Ling's Moment. You can bend them to however you need them to be. Also, they have extra long stems, and so you can cut them to whatever length you need. I bought 50 of the burgundy ones, and then I bought 50 of the white ones, which you can see burgundy in there too, because I never put anything back in its place. I bought golden ones from Breeze Talk on Amazon, which I'll also link that down below. As far as the fillers go, I wanted to show you guys what I did before I completely finish it. My fillers, I had baby's breath, and then I had these leaves looking like rustic looking leaves, and then I also had like these, this is a big old thing of squiggles. I call them squiggles. I don't really know what they are, to be honest. I guess moss. This does not look like moss to me. I don't know what you call this, but this stuff, this squiggle stuff. The things that I was telling you about, yeah, in the beginning, yeah, these. So I thought that these were pretty good fillers as far as rustic goes. I also have little sticks that can go in there too, which I'll play with those later. I have several of them. The baby's breath, I kind of cut the stems shorter than what I intended them for, or you know, I kind of cut them shorter because whenever you put them in there, if they're too long, look, I'm gonna use this space as an example. You want them to where they will like peek out at the top. If you leave them way too long, which you can tell this one's long, I'm gonna have to cut it. Like say I only go that far deep, you're gonna see the little, this part of the stem sticking out, and that's not what I'm trying to get to stick out. So that's why I kind of leave just a little bit of length on it, but not too much, because I just want the tip of the baby's breath out, not the rest of it. As far as these leaves go, where's the, okay. So these leaves came on this thing, which now you can tell is very, very dead. So I took all the leaves off, and I upcycled my previous flower stem bouquets, which happen to look like this. You know, these stem thingies? Yeah. And they look like this in the end, which I think that's a pretty good still, because you're throwing away what you don't really need, if you ask me. So here's a piece of the stem that I cut off extra, and then here is the leaf, and then you just because they have like little holes in the bottom, you can just put them in there. Sometimes you do have to work them in a little bit, that way it gets in there good, but the tighter it is, the better, because it's not gonna come out. So then you have yourself a little stick stem that's homemade and DIY, because nothing gets better than that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like right now, which I have one missing, but this is what it looks like right now. Pop that right in there. So much more full. So also I wanted to mention too, whenever you're creating, you know, your centerpieces, the best trick I found to kind of help with like the foam thing for underneath is if you take your flower, for instance, instead of going directly into your foam around the bottom, make sure you angle it up a little bit. And of course, you know, you're gonna want to cut the stem, that way whenever it does go through the foam, it's not poking out on the top of the foam and making it harder to place your fillers and stuff in whenever it comes to the inside of the thing. So this is the one that I just finished, and I'm gonna talk to you about the hydrangeas and how I did those. Like I said, when you are buying these things, it gets very, very expensive. However, at Hobby Lobby, every other week, I believe, their floral goes on sale to 50% off. So the hydrangeas, these things, out of the hydrangea bush, I got about 28 pieces that dangled really pretty. This one already has a stem in it, as you guys can kind of see. So what I end up doing is I take the stem and I bend it to where there's an angle. So this one's a little hard because it's so short, but if I don't bend it to a 90-degree angle, I'll get it to where it's kind of more acute instead of 90 degrees, so kind of like that. And what I'll do is after I place my bottom row of flowers, I'll go in and decide where I want the hydrangea to land at. So since it's like this, I want it, but the spike is on this side, I'll try to do it catty corner to where this is not completely like poking out and away from the thing. So I'll probably get it to where it lays like this against it rather than poking away from it. I'll go to the top part of it and I will push it in at an angle, kind of like that. That way whenever it's in there, it's kind of sitting just straight and dangles down, rather than it being a struggle, because whenever you sit here and you push it straight out, it's gonna twist and turn and topple, and you'll have a bunch of different angles and weird things on it, which been there, done that. Super excited and super stoked. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or it made sense to you. I'm basically gonna list all the steps down below, what I did do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys really, really liked my centerpieces. I can't wait till the big day, and of course you guys will I'll probably make a vlog about it. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really did enjoy it, or it was very informational for you guys. Again, sorry that I didn't start from scratch with everything, but the closest I could get to scratch was this vase that I didn't stick foam on just yet. If you guys have any questions or you want to see a particular video, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.